Welcome back, chat. We are going to be kicking off pretty much right about now for the final match of Week 10 between Frontera SD Chrome of San Diego FC and Sounders Rocket Club of the Seattle Sounders. This is the only Mazar, and I'm pretty much the only commentator available here tonight. Both Rydog and Debit are going to step away. They weren't willing to get involved for this matchup, which is fine considering how late it is and how busy they are being accountants. But we're not going to leave you guys without a commentator. We are going to be kicking off very soon between these two teams, and because Rydog and Debit did a good job of previewing this match, I don't need to worry about any of that. So let's get started. No time to waste. So, as you guys know, whoop. Make sure everything is good. Yes, it is. And here we go. Frontera Chrome versus Sounders RC. As I was mentioning earlier, as you guys know, these two teams are at the opposite ends of the table. However, the last time they met, we had a 5-game thriller where Frontera Chrome had to come back and beat Sounders RC in 5. And what a start for Sounders RC! Lion giving the team in orange the lead. Wow, who would have seen that coming? A 72-mile-per-hour, 150-kilometer-per-hour banger to kick off Game 1. Frontera Chrome have it all to do with Shaybomb, Chelsea Man aka Larson, and Mecky Ducky, what some would consider their strongest three. Facing off against Sounders RC's only three in Christmas, Blind, and Noct. So, originally we had this match scheduled on Friday, but because of an unfortunate event that the goal scorer had to deal with, we had to postpone it, but the postponement has worked in Sounders RC's favor. Christmas assisting Noct across the goal. Noct had the tap in right there, and Sounders RC are 2-0 up. We have yet to play 1 minute, chat. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a fiery beginning. Sounders RC looking impeccable right now. Frontera Chrome on the back foot. They need to get going real quick, otherwise this Game 1 loss is going to haunt them. We've been waiting for a big upset, but hold the phone. Mecky Ducky says, not yet. Still have a lot of time before we can declare Game 1 for Sounders RC. We've only played 1 minute 6 seconds, chat. Mecky Ducky gets Frontera's first goal. It's 2-1 to Sounders RC. This Game 1 is going to look like an absolute cinema of a game. Mecky Ducky is up for it. He wants to make sure that his team don't lose track of the title. The gap is starting to widen between first and second. And the gap is starting to close between second and third. And that's why Sounders RC need to get this win for Timbers Army's sake. But Chelsea Man, aka Larson, this time coming in with the goal. And from 2-0 down, Frontera Chrome have come back to tie this to a piece. Skyline, by the way, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Much appreciated for your support. I'm guessing you were watching the National Championship, right? I read the chat about Indiana winning. How did the game itself go? Speaking of game, got this Game 1 going end to end. Sounders RC coming out hot, but now they're in trouble. Open net at their mercy. And Mecky Ducky gets his second. Sounders RC had a 2-goal lead for less than a minute. Now they've lost their lead altogether. Mecky Ducky with his second. Frontera Chrome with their third. Wow, what a comeback. We still have 3 minutes 6 seconds to play as well. We've seen this from Sounders RC in the past as well, chat. They just show their bright moments. They have those sparks, but they cannot keep that fire going. And that has allowed teams to come back against them. especially when they're in a position of comfort. But now you're starting to see Sounders RC really stepping up. A double commit puts them in a bit of trouble. Meki Ducky has to flick it up, but it's way too high up, not too far forward. That allows Sounders RC to regroup. But now Larson is coming in for the tight angle high shot. And now he gets his second. Both Meki Ducky and Larson on a hat trick. Sounders RC are leaking goals non-stop. They need to regroup before this gets worse for them. Frontera 4, Sounders 2. Luis, welcome on in. Don't game super close. Good to hear. Good to hear. We need one of those 90s as well where it was just really close and tense and exciting. Just like this game one right here. Lion getting his second now off of a gift from Meki Ducky. A touch to try and take control results in a loose touch. Blind says, thank you very much. I'm just going to push it into the back of the net. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. It's 4-3 to Frontera. Might we see another comeback, this time from Sounders RC? It's insane to see how this game has swung back and forth. You know, no team, they're not trying to battle it out in the midfield. They're not trying to keep it tight. They're just going at it, gung-ho, non-stop. And, you know, Frontera's trying to play it a bit safer, but once they get stuck at the back, this Sounders team looks so quick and slick, but now it's the opposite. It's Frontera showcasing their abilities. Sounders RC are stuck at the back. They can't get out of their net right now. They're dealing with all the incessant pressure, and Frontera just keep whittling them down, keep wearing them off. Another center, Shaybob towards the goal. It's all open. Where's the defense? Shaybob gets in on the goal action. He gets his first to extend Sounders, Frontera's lead to 2 yet again. Sounders RC committing 2 up. Blind nowhere near the goal. And just like that, it's 5-3. I cannot believe what I'm seeing in this game one, by the way, chat. I didn't think both of these teams would be this crazy and just this loose. But I guess Sounders RC are playing with no fear. Frontera, well, they want to make sure that they keep this momentum going so that they can remain in this title chase, especially with the 7-point gap that Timber's Army have established. And also considering that KC Called was now tied on points with them. So they really want to make sure that they can keep up and widen the gap between themselves and the rest of the pack. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Shaybom's shot off the crossbar. Blind just couldn't get to the ball. Open net right there. Meki Ducky gets his hat trick. And with 53 seconds remaining, Frontera Chrome have finally built up enough of a cushion to feel comfortable in this game one. 6-3 to the San Diego boys. And when you see this Frontera team really start to get going, you now start to see why they're so good. They may not look super fancy, but their fundamentals are on point. They're very effective in how they defend, how they bring the ball forward, how they rotate, and how they decide on their final actions. They don't try to overplay. They don't try to over elaborate. They keep it simple. They make sure to pick the most effective action in each and every phase of play. And that's what makes them so good in SGL this season. Sounders RC are trying to get just some more goals in it, just to make themselves feel better, because the game has run away from them. We are in the final 5 seconds. There's no way for a comeback. Game over. Frontera Chrome got a bit of a scare at the start, but now they're really showing why they are a title contender this season. 6-3 to Frontera in game one. I mean, Blind was really popping off right there. Getting those 2 early goals, getting that early goal really helped his team push up and get going. But then you start to see Sounders just start to overcommit a bit too much, double commit as well, with no one filling in for them. And that's when things started going bad. Double committing is fine as long as someone can just get to the ball, right? Because at least that disrupts the other team and that allows your third teammate to get themselves ready for the next phase of play. But that wasn't happening. It was just a whole lot of double commits and the third man was just stranded, basically. Meanwhile, you saw Frontera Chrome take a more sensible approach, not really trying to be as gung-ho, but they did a great job of rotating themselves and keeping that pressure up. No time to waste. We are going into game 2. At this instant, I don't think we have any subs lined up, so here we go. Sovereign Heights, game 2. Frontera Chrome take the initiative, but can Sounders RC spring a surprise and get themselves back into this? Devin, I am with you as well. I really want Sounders RC to just prevent us from seeing a week full of sweeps, and they started this game 1 off so hot as well, but game 2 is continuing off of where game 1 ended. The big duck pops up in front of the orange goal, and you know what that means. Mecky Ducky gets the goal for Frontera Chrome. This is a really bad start for Sounders RC, but they still have time. They just need to regroup, just need to defend for a bit and get themselves organized again. I like what Blind did there, trying to draw a 50 out. But now his team need to resettle at the back. Great challenge right there from Christmas. Him and Noct double committing yet again. Blind whipping, you don't want to do that as a third man. But Noct gets back in time to rescue his teammate. And now they come forward. Just like that, when Frontera get that one free moment on the ball, they can spring forward so quickly. And just like that, they have pinned Sounders RC back. Great challenge from Ducky. He's going for the high double. He cannot get the angle. Shaba following up. Big save from Blind with Noct covering the net as well. Now Blind just pinned back as the keeper for Sounders RC. His team are trying to bring the ball forward. And finally they get that clearance from Noct. And a counterattacking potential right there. The great challenge stops Blind from getting a free shot on goal. Quick fire passing right there. Good opening, but the shot wasn't on target. Ball gets cleared out. And now you're starting to see Sounders RC reorganize themselves. Not really overcommit as much as they were earlier. Their rotations look way better. Everyone knows where they need to be. And now we can see them start to work off of each other. Quick counterattack right there. Blind at Christmas. Christmas just couldn't get the angle, but a great effort nonetheless. This should give his team some hope. Frontera might still be looking comfortable, but Sounders RC are testing them. And they're still keeping it close. It's still 1-0 with 3 minutes remaining. And Christmas brings one back right at the instant. As I was talking about us getting to 3 minutes remaining. Great ground shot underneath. J-Bomb couldn't do anything about that. And it's 1-1. Just like that. Chat, I know it's late in the night. It's also very cold for most of you out there. Hopefully you guys are feeling super cozy and chilling right now. I myself got myself a nice janky chai latte to keep myself warm. But what's keeping Frontera warm are these quick attacking transitions. Mecky Ducky up in an instant, trying to get it off the corner. Chelsea man there to backflip into the ball, put it in the back of the net. The score was tied for not too long. Frontera Chrome is already up 2-1. It's in these moments where Sounders RC needs someone to intercept, and Blind did a great job getting to the ball first. Christmas could have played Blind, but he's going to solo this. Gets met by Larson. And now Noct's going to see if he can get his solo play going, but Shaybomb denies him the opportunity to even get the first touch in. And maybe Sounders RC just need to start playing more passes, get the ball going quicker, because Frontera are starting to see what's up. They're starting to catch him off guard, and even when they're looking a little sloppy, they can regroup and reorganize very quickly. Everyone is back. 2 big whiffs. And now Larson on the counter. Just couldn't get a clean touch to keep it going. Nice touch by Blind there to take it away Shaybob, though, tries to follow it up. Awkward touch by Noct. The ball's loose in the middle. Meki Ducky's going for it. And he gets Frontera's third. All the time and space. No one there to meet the ball with Ducky bearing onto it. And Frontera extend their lead to 2, and they're starting to impose themselves in this game too. Oh no, might this be a fourth? No, fortunately for Sounders RC, Noct got back right on time, but the pressure is still going. Ball getting played out to Shaybob, who tries to get it off the backboard. Shaybob balls it up himself off the backboard yet again. Larson just couldn't get the clean shot. Noct was there, but his team is stuck. They're gonna run out of boost if they can't get out and start to really pile up the pressure in the midfield. Ooh, big 50 there from Larson. Everyone's out. No boost for Christmas to follow this up. Blind has enough to make a squishy save attempt. Noct clears it out. But since everyone is back there, Frontera can just keep this going from the midfield. Now Larson going forward. Meki Ducky, though, takes over! And gets Frontera's fourth with 61 seconds remaining. That goal was coming. There was relentless pressure from the San Diego boys, making sure that they win their 50s and prevent Sounders RC from getting out of their goal mouth. Frontera Chrome take control of game 2. They're up 4-1. Been a while since we've seen a shot attempt at Frontera's goal. Larson with a straightforward save off of Christmas' shot. Now Blind trying to go for his own goal. Big save by Larson. Another save by Larson. Blind trying to keep it going. Larson says, let's slow it down. And the pitch goes towards Blind again, who couldn't get a shot on target. They needed that goal to come back and keep the pressure up. The ball is still in front of the blue net, but it's just not going towards it. This Frontera defense has been spectacular. They have absorbed all the pressure, and they have wasted so much time. Ten seconds remaining. Christmas trying to get the second. It has to be now or never. It's too late now. They might be able to get a second, but they won't be able to get a comeback. Frontera win game 2. Get themselves a match point, and chat, we are in line for a sweep of all sweeps. We are in line for a full week sweep. Honestly, it would be a shame if this match ended up in a sweep for Frontera Chrome, because Sounders RC have played very well. It's just every single time they get something good going, they just overstep their own personal boundaries. They start crisscrossing and, you know, just getting in each other's way. Before you know it, they run out of boost and they just don't have that rhythm and rotation going. That's been their biggest issue throughout the season. If they could just sustain themselves and keep that chemistry going, I think they'll be fine, but for whatever reason, they just can't seem to gel with each other. But here we go. We are getting ready for Game 3. If Frontera Chrome win this and sweep, Sounders RC will have a full week of sweeps. Every match ending 3-0. But Sounders RC have a chance to get a point against this second place team. Let's see if they can do it. Here we go in DFH. Nice early pressure from Sounders RC. They have been on it since kickoff. We just need to see if they can work together as a team, not try and go be too individualistic. That's all that will make a difference for them. Nice passing right here, but Larson gets caught off. Christmas is at the other end. He might be able to set something up. He just couldn't get the pitch. Pancakes the ball instead. But Noct keeps it up. Tries to go for a challenge. Blind there too to sustain the pressure. A big pitch. Oh my goodness, it's going towards the net. Christmas though saw it coming. And he fakes one. Tries to put it towards the net. Oh, barely off target. That could have been a goal of the week contender right there. We've seen some bangers already. But now they need to go back and defend. Larson buried on that orange net. Meki Ducky now. Can he take control? He gets challenged by Christmas Dyson early. These guys don't want to give the Frontera players any time to settle in on the ball. J-Bomb is going to play it quickly. Shot on net. Chelsea man off the backboard. And of course it had to be Meki Ducky. Once this team gets on their rhythm and start to pepper the opposition net, you know Meki Ducky's going to be there. Someone needs to stay at the goal line to see those off. But once again, Sounders RC just keep committing towards that ball. Meki Ducky gives Frontera the lead in game 3. They're up 1-0. Oh, Larson going for a reset. We don't get to see his mechs that often, but he showed him off here. Getting the first touch, getting himself under the ball. Flip resetting at the perfect time to beat the keeper. And Larson gets the second for Frontera Chrome. They're up 2-0. Nice shots galore in the chat. Absolutely. No matter how bad your situation may be as a Sounders RC player, you gotta admire that effort. Now we'll see if Meki Ducky can get something on his own. And he does. Not too mechanical. Bit of a mistake at the back. But you know what? A goal's a goal. And just like that, Frontera Chrome are up 3-0 in this game and potentially looking to go 3-0 up in this match to set themselves up for a sweep. Oh, could we see a fourth right here for Frontera? Blind denies it, but the ball's hanging in front of the orange net. Barely gets out. Larson doing the right thing to go back, wait for the first touch. Plays it out to Meki Ducky, who's gonna go off the double, off the backboard. He can't. Shaybomb is there to follow up. Once again, every Sounders RC player is getting drawn towards the ball. No keeper staying back. Blind going up and missing, knocked nowhere near. And Christmas is all the way up ahead to wait for that counterattack. Frontera Chrome looked the slicker side, and they are up 4-0. Surely they have sealed the deal, but there's still a lot of game time remaining. All Sounders need is one goal. They get that one goal, they get the momentum on their side. This Frontera side that starts to fall back, they start to become more conscious about their defending. Sounders RC just need to create that one good goal scoring opportunity right now. Nice 2 touches right there. Ball hanging in the middle. Meki Ducky with a great save. And Blind follows up. That's exactly what they needed in this game 3. Good save right there with Christmas bearing down on him. Shaybomb couldn't get there on time. Blind smack dab into the middle. The Golden Dragons come out 4-1 to Frontera, but with 2 minutes 17 seconds remaining, there's still time for Sounders RC to come back. Ooh, a little awkward right there for Sounders. But Blind's back there to settle in. He gets dunked though by Shaybomb. Somehow the ball doesn't go towards the net. A little unlucky for him. Sounders RC can breathe a sigh of relief. Now they're going forward into the blue half. Meki Ducky, though, gets no resistance. He's able to bring the ball forward at ease. Shaybomb now takes over. He doesn't have enough to get back to it. Meki Ducky tries to come in. So does Larson. But Sounders RC still have a lot of work to do. Nice pass right there from Blind to Knocked. Meki Ducky with a big save to keep the lead at 3. 4-1 with less than 90 seconds to go. It's now or never for Sounders. They need to get a goal to ramp up the pressure even more. Try to go for a solo play. Couldn't get a flip reset. Now Christmas passes it out to Blind. Blind towards the middle. No one else really there to meet it. Christmas was hanging around to see what the touch would be like. And he double commits with Knocked. Oh no, trouble for Sounders. And Meki Ducky puts the dagger into Sounders RC's heart. That's to be it. Game, set, and match. 5-1 with 64 seconds remaining. I struggle to see how Sounders RC can come back from this. And chat, I think this is it. We're gonna get another sweep. I hate this. I really hate this personally. With my personal opinion, I really didn't want to see a week full of sweeps, but we are getting a week full of sweeps. We just have to accept it. Well, okay. Blind decides, you know what? If we're gonna lose, let's lose it style. Ball goes out, nowhere near on target. Blind could have waited for that to drop, but he decides to jump to it. Puts in the back of the net, gives Mecky Ducky yet another goal as he chases some personal accolades as well, potentially along with team honors. And with 30 seconds remaining, you guys know what's coming next, right? Because I doubt this is the last goal for the game. Oh, good pass attempts right there, but they're just not able to get themselves onto the end of it every single time. You could tell that, you know, they're trying to work with each other and trying to get something going, but try as they might, they just cannot come off with their plays. And you know what that means. It's time, chat. Yep, Christmas has given up. We're just waiting for this game to finish. Blind says, nope, I want to keep it going. Larson trying to go for a shot. Doesn't really get a clean enough contact. And there you have it, chat. Frontera win game 3. And with that, they sweep Sounders RC. And we have a week full of sweeps in week 10 in SGL. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of sad, but you know what? Well-deserved result for Frontera. They looked incredible out there against Sounders RC. We didn't get a 5-game thriller, but we got a lot of that action in game 1 anyways, so you know what? Beggars cannot be choosers. Yep, Shaybomb coming in and giving Rydog the accolade of predicting week 10 correctly. I apologize for the silence. I'm just trying to make sure we have an interview set up, and then we'll wrap it up from there, because it's been a long stream, and I also want to go to bed. All right. So we definitely have one interview lined up. We will be getting that started very soon. All right. Were any of you hoping that Sounders RC would win that game 1? Because I'm telling you, I thought when they went 2-0 up, I'm like, okay, this is it. This is it. They're finally going to do it. We're finally not going to have a sweep. And then you know what happened next. Frontera came back. So, and it wasn't even like a comeback that was just building up throughout the match. It was just instantaneous. It's like, okay, we got the first. All right, we got the second. And now we got the third. And now we got the fourth. And it's like, yep, we know where this is going. All right, so to get some more thoughts on this match, I am going to be bringing in Mecky Ducky, the goal scorer of Frontera Chrome in this matchup. Ducky, this must have been a really enjoyable match for you guys, because you guys were pouring in the goals in each game.
Yeah, we had some chances to go for some nice plays. I mean, you saw that nice flip reset coming out from Chelsea, man.
So I want to ask about that. It's nice that you brought that up. Was there a bit of a surprise when he pulled that out, or were you guys expecting that from him, given how he's played the season?
No, I mean, you know, obviously he's got the skills to do that, but I haven't seen him pull it out this season. I think I have to go back, but I don't think I've seen him. So, you know, it's good to know that he has that in the bag. You know, other teams got to watch out for that too now.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Now, I don't know if you were around the last time Frontera played Sounders RC, but that went to 5 games. I don't think you were there, but I'm still gonna ask just in case.
No, I was there. That was like, I think week 3 or something. So I definitely remember that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, good. So, what was the difference between that match where Sounders RC took you to 5 games and this one, in your eyes?
You know, I have to remember that game, but I think the biggest difference was we were still figuring out, you know, that was early in the season, right? Like I said, week 3 or something. We were still figuring out the lineups, and like we had not played with each other a lot, so I think we were still developing some chemistry there. And so, you know, we did. So that series, if you don't remember, like we went down 0-2, and then we had a reverse sweep. So, yeah, definitely. Here they actually came out swinging. You know, we were down 0-2 in goals, but we were able to stabilize, and then games 2 and 3 went pretty well. So that was the main difference, I would say, is the. You know, we're definitely deeper into the season, and we played with each other a lot more now. Like we played with this lineup a lot.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, you guys definitely look way more in tune with each other than you were earlier on at the start of the season. Now, I want to highlight a message in Twitch chat. Buds of Death coming in and shouting, I was expecting it. I'm guessing he was referring to the flip reset goal, right? Do you want to talk about that a bit? Do you know anything about what's going on there?
I think they play a lot more, you know, because they actually play in-house in their own league. So I think Munt's probably has seen some more flip resets from him. So that might be what it is.
Oh yeah, fair. You know what? That makes sense. It's a good thing we went back to that, because one thing I've noticed about your team, and I think others will attest to this as well, you guys are way more effective than you are fancy. You don't have as many, you know, elaborate, you know, skillful plays that look like, you know, candy for the eye. So what is it that makes you guys like play in such an effective and pragmatic manner? Like, what keeps you guys so grounded?
I think, I mean, I personally don't like going for, you know, the flashy plays, just because it's so risky, right? Like, why bother risking it if you're gonna, you know, if there's a low chance of it hitting, and you know you might put yourself out of the play for a while, and so you kind of put your teammates in a bad spot for a risky play that doesn't always work. So I just like to go for, you know, the more consistent play, but you know, that's just me. I don't know how my teammates feel. I think that's their mentality too, because they like to be very pragmatic as well. So it works out.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think everyone's aligned in that, and it shows in your gameplay, because you guys look like, honestly, the best overall team out there. Like, no one plays as slick as you guys do. And, you know, there are teams with higher level players on paper, but you guys look the slickest out of them all, so props to you guys for that.
Thank you.
Right, so this week, Ducky, you guys have a bit of a break. It's Cup week, and there are only 2 Cup matches. So how do you plan to make use of this week?
You know, we should probably, you know, I haven't played in a bit, actually, like, probably since, I've just been off the game for a bit, but should definitely try to find some time to practice, get some, we usually like to do some 2v2s with 4 people in the squad. So I think we'll try to get that. But we're still on pace with Timber's Army, so definitely not losing sight of that. Although I don't know exactly when we play them, but we should only be like 1 point behind them, I think. So that's definitely our main target for sure.
On that note, you will be 3 points behind them after this win. So we've got a bit of a gap. But
three points. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at the schedule to see the next time you'll be playing them, and that will be on the final league week of the season, week 14. Wow. That might be for the title.
It might be, yeah. Obviously you can't assume you're gonna win every single match, or they'll win every single match, but we've been pretty much neck and neck the whole season, so I would be I'm hoping that it's still neck and neck, and that it'll be like a final,
Oh yeah.
Winner take all.
But there's still a few weeks remaining, and their upsets is still on the line. I mean, you cannot rule out any single match in the Premier.
No, of course not, and yeah. So we have to be careful and definitely take every game as seriously as possible.
All right, final question for me. I know you have some time this week, so we've brought this up a couple of times. That potential 1v1 showcase match between you and Luis. Would this week be the right time for that, or would you rather save that up for later?
I think this would be a good time for that. Yeah. Depending on, just let me know what if there's any particular day you'd like to do it, if there's any particular day with a sizable break between matches, that'd be a good time slot to fill for that, right?
Perfect. Okay, you know what? We'll get a thread set up for that, and we'll see what we could do there. All right?
Yeah, I'm definitely scared though. Luis is a lot better than me, especially in the air, I think.
Yeah, well, don't count yourself out. You're not that bad a 1v1 player. I mean, you tested Serrano, gave him a tough time last season, and he's a very good 1v1 player himself. So, give yourself some credit.
Yeah, I'll give Luis a fight. Yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, that's it for me. You now have the floor, Ducky. Go ahead, say what you want to say. Give your shout outs. It's time.
Yeah. Well, I'm not on the Twitch channel, but yeah, shout out to the FSD Chrome team, and shout out to Frontera Azul as well. So yeah, nice to see both San Diego teams doing well. So yeah, that's it. I'll keep it short.
All good. Well, thank you very much for the interview, Ducky. Enjoy your night. Go and have a good rest. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
Yeah, have a good night. Thanks for streaming.
Glad to.